All right, today I want to make a simple guitar beat, simple but catchy, but like pretty simple. Something that's kind of open for like any artist to get on. And later in the video, I got an announcement about a contest that I'm going to be doing, so stay tuned for that. All right, so first thing we're going to go over is how I made this guitar. And don't worry, I'm going to break down every single thing about this, and then I'm going to layer a little bit of real guitar over this later. I wanted it to be like a really simple guitar melody and leave a lot of room for the artist. The guitar bank is inside of Kontakt. It's the electric sunburst right here. Go ahead and break this down. We're in B minor. Also, make sure to stay tuned because later in the video, I got an announcement for you guys. Let's go ahead and get started with this melody. So if you noticed, we really just built one chord and then changed the root note of it. So if we want to do that again, let's go over here. Let's start off on B, skip every other note, and then we'll invert the middle note up, and you'll see we have the same chord. And then we kind of just move it in to get a bounce. So right here, I went over about 3 steps, and then for F, I went over 2. So let's go over here, and let's bring this in 1, 2, 3, and then here, 1, 2. And now we have that bounce. And then I added in another D right here, and that gives us this nice little swing. And then from here, really all I did was shorten these, so we could do that real quick. So now you'll see these look the same, right? And then all we need to do is duplicate this over, and we drop the root note. Let's go down to G, boom, same. And then duplicate it again, because we're going real simple for this. We're just moving our root note, and then we move our root note up to A, and now we have that same chord progression, that same bounce. And then you could just move your root notes around and add a tiny little top melody. But as you can see, there is velocity moves going on over here. So those are super important. When I'm playing the guitar, that first initial note's going to be hit a little bit harder. So I try to think of that. So I'll go ahead and kind of move these around to how I think. So this is going to be the second note I played. So it'll probably be a little bit softer. And then we'll move this one here. This is going to be the down again. So this is going to be the first note that I hit. So I'll probably hit that one a little bit harder on the guitar, just how I play. And we'll move the second one in. Next is going to be adding a little top melody to it. For this, I want to keep it more of like a dark, sad kind of feel. So I kept a lot of the notes close together, as you can see here and here. And then for the melody, all I did is look for little pockets where there's opening, right? Where I can place like a nice little melody. So I went ahead and just went for a simple little melody like this. Another pocket right here. And you could just create something simple like that, nothing too crazy. And then the only other thing I added to this was this arcade vocal right here. So let's go ahead and play that. Real nice vocal, kind of simple, but it adds so much to that guitar part, especially at the end. So that's just put in the same spot over and over. And then I went ahead and rendered it out so that I could just have it in one place like this. So now what I'm going to do is switch over, and I want to add a simple little like guitar melody to this. I'll figure out what I want to do, and then we'll go ahead and record it. All right, so I got the guitar lined up, and I'm going to show you the processing that I did to it real quick just to get it to fit a little bit more. We have a little bit of EQ. I cut out a lot of the low end because you'll see it fits better like this, a little bit of the high end. And then I went and limited it instead of like compressing it because I just wanted to really squash those transients because it was kind of jumping out a little bit too much. And then inside Guitar Rig, I have this preset loaded up. If it would decide to load, there we go. I turned off the soft tube right here. So you'll see this is what I have loaded up. And then I did about, I don't know, like 40, what was that, like 48, 49%. And then altogether sounds like this. So you'll see that second note being played right here that doesn't get played over here, this note right here. I left it not to be played here because that vocal is there and it kind of would interfere with it. So you got to think of small things like that when you're creating melodies because it really helps out leave space. I haven't fully decided yet when I'm going to drop it, but it's either going to be in the next video or the video after that. It depends when I'm planning to make this melody. But I'm going to create a melody. We're going to do a contest with that melody. So pretty much it's going to be a tutorial. Then you'll be able to download the loop that I make from that and then flip it. All the details will be in that, but that's going to be coming up either in the next video or the video right after that. So stay tuned for that. I'm super excited to have another contest. So let's go into the resupply kit. I'm going to let this loop and play while we're finding some drums. I think I'm going to go for like a clap on this. Let's go ahead and fade this one out just a little bit. We got to throw the soft clipper on the master always because I'm about to push these 808s like real loud and I'm not trying to have this video sound crazy. Simple on that. Let's go over here. Bring it down an octave. All right, now we're going to go into the new one-shot kit that I just dropped and we're going to get a piano from it. So let's go over here to pianos. And let's see. And then what we're going to do from here is take the MIDI that we had created with the guitar, copy that into the piano. So we'll go over here, go back to this pattern right here, paste it in. And let's go in here, go something like this. Maybe bring this down and then link it into channel 3 where that guitar is at. Now let's lay that together with the guitar. This is going to sound really good. That vocal's perfect. All right, so real quick, I dropped the whole beat down 2 semitones, and then I brought a couple of the 808s up an octave. So these ones were like super low like that. So I brought them up an octave. This sounds a lot better. So let's go ahead and hear this real quick. The other one was a little too high. This one's perfect.